Every once in a while, I like to show Final Fantasy VIII some love, and as you can see by looking at the footage, it is looking better than ever. And in today's video, we're going to look on just how exactly we can do that with ease. So with that all being said, what is up guys, Jen here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you being here. If you want to support the channel, please hit the like button, and if you want to stick around for some more Final Fantasy content, then you're already in the right place. Just hit that subscribe button. Now, regular viewers of the channel are probably thinking, Jen, you've covered Final Fantasy VIII modding before, quite a few times in fact. And yes, I have made 3 videos in the past, 2 on Final Fantasy VIII, the 2013 edition, and Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. Now this video, we are focusing on Final Fantasy VIII, the 2013 edition, because the previous videos, the way that was modded, you had to do a lot of dragging and dropping and finding the mods and really trying to dig deep to get everything for the best experience. It was very similar for the remastered edition, but this time around we have something just like we have for Final Fantasy VII in its 7th Heaven Mod Manager. Final Fantasy VIII has its own. We've touched on it in the past, but Junction VIII is going to get what we want with less hassle, and we're going to go over some other things that we can expect when using the mod launcher. But before we go into any of that, we need Final Fantasy VIII and we need the 2013 edition. And that's where, as always, I've got you covered thanks to Instant Gaming, because you can get Final Fantasy VIII, the 2013 edition, at just $6.67, which is almost half price of what it's offered on Steam. If you are interested in modding other Final Fantasies, you can pick up Final Fantasy VIII Remastered for just over $9 as opposed to the $20 offered on Steam. Final Fantasy VII is only $5.92, and Final Fantasy IX is only $9.67. So if you want to grab these at incredible prices, use the link down below. If you already have these games, have a look. You can get up to 90% off games on the website. Not only will you be saving yourself money, but you'll be helping out the channel. Okay, you've got Final Fantasy VIII. You now need to download the Junction VIII Mod Manager for Final Fantasy VIII. You will be able to get that by using the link down below. And then once you've got this all installed, there's not much you really need to do, but you've probably noticed off the bat, it will do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. It will get the catalog of mods available. Now, I do need to note that there are a couple of mods that we've covered in the past that are not available just yet in the mod launcher, but the great thing about mods is that they're ever evolving, they're ever getting updated and ever getting imported into this mod manager for Final Fantasy VIII. So as always, I'll probably be covering it more in the future as more things come to fruition. But what we've got here is definitely a good start for making Final Fantasy VIII look great. A couple of things this mod manager just does by default is that it will sort out the controller settings for you without any issues. If you want to go into the settings and change dimensions and all of that, feel free to do so. There's actually an option that's kind of in beta where, as you can see in the footage, a lot of the footage is in widescreen 16:9. You can play Final Fantasy VIII in widescreen, which looks great, but there's a few caveats, a few bits of text get cut off here and there in battle. The transition between battle kind of fades off in a 4:3, then goes back to 16:9. So it's very much in beta, but it is a good stepping stone for what can happen as time goes on. Now let's talk about the mods that you've been seeing in this video and the ones that I recommend that you really try out. Now, first of all, we want to look at the pre-rendered backgrounds, and though this one is kind of incomplete at the moment, what we've got so far has been good enough for me. We have Axl Rose's work in progress, which is essentially looking at the background where you'll get custom backgrounds, you'll get faithful backgrounds, you'll be able to change the 3D models and textures. The UI can be customized ever so slightly with window colors and everything like that, from the cursors for being a gunblade or sticking to the traditional classic Final Fantasy point, and changing the UI for whatever controller you might be using. Next up, we have one that I've been using and having a lot of fun with, which is Skin RF, which is a character model and texture replacement where you can really customize the characters to wear the outfits that you want to wear. There is quite a plethora of options to choose from for each character and their weapons. A lot of you might notice these outfits from a certain gameplay mod called the Xylo mod that we've covered in the past, but these just make them accessible without having to go through any of the gameplay mod changes, and they are reflected both in battle and on the field, except the world map. Next up, we are looking at Lunar Cry Plus, and this is everything when it comes to making enemy textures look as great as they do. These are one of many mods that have been currently available to just drag and drop and do a few things without a mod manager, but now that they're in a mod manager, you really just need to click the download button and it is accessible straight off the bat. The same goes for Project Hellfire Plus, which is the Guardian Force textures, making them look as sharp as you can see in the footage. We then have the Battlefield Pack Plus, which changes up all the battlefields, giving them a bit more life, a lot more detail than you would get in vanilla Final Fantasy VIII. Next up, we have Card RF, which is a graphical update to Triple Triad, a minigame that I'm sure that you'll be spending lots of time in, and it can also now be played in 60 frames per second thanks to FFNX. Now, this uses original reference artworks from Final Fantasy VIII with a combination of a bit of upscaling and a lot of hours of manual touch-ups to make these cards look absolutely incredible in your collection, whether you decide to go for all of them. It also has a few options for new boards and a couple of other little things you can tweak around with. Next up, we have Cinema RF, which replaces all of the FMVs in Final Fantasy VIII, allowing them to run at 30 frames per second, and they've also been enhanced with countless hours of manual tweaking to keep them as close to the original as possible. Next up, the world map. We want the world map to look fantastic, and that's where Horizon Pack Plus comes in. This is a world texture replacement mod with options across the board. Field module textures, towns and world textures, and they have all been enhanced to just look fantastic. Another thing, just to bring a little bit more life, a bit more vibrance to Final Fantasy VIII, is the Slime Shady Reshader pack. Now, Reshader is something you can use on your own and come up with your own settings, but this is a default setting which brings a lot more color to Final Fantasy VIII. Making the greens look greener, make the yellows pop, make the blues just look as best as they can. It's completely optional, you don't need to use it, but majority of the footage you've seen in this video has been using that Slime Shady pack. And last up, we have music. You can have the original MIDI music. I don't know why you'd want to, but you have the FFNX FF8 music, which replaces it with the tracks that you know and love from the PlayStation 1 version. And then there is also another option in the OST RF, which is an arranged soundtrack, which we've covered before on the channel, which allows you to have a bit more of a different experience. It's a complete reorchestration of the Final Fantasy VIII score, just mixed by one person, that person being Mike Does Audio. There'll be links down below if you want to check out his stuff. It's great for those that maybe want to have a bit of a different vibe when playing Final Fantasy VIII, and I highly recommend it. Now that's pretty much everything when it comes to the Junction VIII Mod Manager. They're the ones that I've used in today's video. There are other options, there's a couple of gameplay options as well, but we won't cover them just yet because the thing with Final Fantasy VIII and its mods is that it's ever evolving. It's always behind Final Fantasy VII and IX, but it's slowly catching up as time goes on, and I will continue to cover it as new things come along. The only thing that's kind of missing from this compared to the way that we've modded Final Fantasy VIII before is the pre-rendered backgrounds, as it's currently a work in progress. But as you can see from the early scenes of Balam Garden, it's going to look fantastic once they are all completed. The reason I'm talking about Final Fantasy VIII again is because I love to replay it in my spare time, and playing it with the enhancements that come from mods is a great way to re-experience it, because I really do love Final Fantasy VIII, and for those that want to give it another shot, maybe doing it with the use of mods is the way. You've probably noticed that some of the footage has been playing at 60 frames per second, and this is thanks to lossless scaling. I'll leave the options that I use down below in the description. Though it might not be perfect and there is a little bit of artifacting around characters and movement, it is probably the closest we're going to get to 60 frames per second with Final Fantasy VIII until modders find a way to actually implement it and make it look fantastic. Like I said, we've mostly covered the Junction VIII Mod Manager here today in today's video, which does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. But if you don't mind the heavy lifting, go check out the other videos that I'll have in the links down below, whether you're doing the 2013 edition or if you're doing the remastered edition. Regardless of what you choose, Final Fantasy VIII being enhanced and looking better than ever is just a treat. Don't forget to visit Instant Gaming to make sure that you get Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, and all of the other Final Fantasies at an incredible price using those links below. I appreciate your time, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.